So Proverbs chapter 19 says, to be poor and honest and to be dishonest and a fool. Enthusiasm without knowledge is no good. Haste makes mistakes. People ruin their lives by their own foolishness and then are angry at the Lord. Wealth makes many friends. Poverty drives them all away. A false witness will not go unpunished, nor will a liar escape. And many seek favors from a ruler. Everyone is the friend of a person who gives gifts. The relatives of the poor despise them. How much more will their friends avoid them? So Proverbs chapter 19 verse 1 says, better to be poor and honest than to be dishonest and a fool. Honesty is more valuable than wealth, but most people don't act as if they believe this. Afraid of not getting everything they want, they will pay any price to increase their wealth. Cheating on their taxes, stealing from stores or employers, withholding tithes, refusing to give. But when we know and love God, we realize that a lower standard of living or even poverty is a small price to pay for personal integrity. Do your actions show that you sacrifice your integrity to increase your wealth? What changes do you need to make in order to get your priorities straight? So Proverbs chapter 19 verse 2 says, enthusiasm without knowledge is no good. Haste makes mistakes. We often move hastily through life, rushing headlong into the unknown, and many people marry without really knowing what to expect of their partner or a married life. Others try to elect sex or drugs without considering the consequences, and some plunge into jobs without evaluating whether they are suitable to the line of work. Enthusiasm is useless without knowledge. Don't rush into the unknown. Be sure you understand what you're getting into and where you are going before you take the first step. No one knows everything the future holds, but take time to ask the right questions, and in whatever you do, be sure you are following God. Proverbs chapter 8. To acquire wisdom is to love yourself. People who cherish understanding will prosper. A false witness will not go unpunished, and a liar will be destroyed. It isn't right for a fool to live in luxury or for a slave to rule over princes. Sensible people control their temper. They earn respect by overlooking wrongs. The king's anger is like a lion's roar, but his favor is like dew on the grass. Fathers can give their sons an inheritance of houses and wealth, but only the Lord can give an understanding wife. Lazy people sleep soundly, but idleness leaves them hungry. Keep the commandments and keep your life. Despising them leads to death. And if you help the poor, you are lending to the Lord, and he will repay you. Discipline your children while there is hope, and otherwise you will ruin your lives. Hot-tempered people must pay the penalty. If you rescue them once, you will have to do it again. Get all the advice and instruction you can, so you will be wise the rest of your life. And you can make many plans, but the Lord's purposes will prevail. Loyalty makes a person attractive. It is better to be poor than dishonest. Fear the Lord leads to life and brings security and protection from harm. Lazy people take food in their hand, but don't even lift it to their mouth. And if you punish a mocker, the simple-minded will learn a lesson. If you correct the wise, they will be all the wiser. Children who mistreat their father or chase away their mother are an embarrassment and a public disgrace. If you stop listening to instruction, my child, you will turn your back on knowledge. A corrupt witness makes a mockery of justice, and the mouth of the wicked gulps down evil. Punishment is made for mockers, and the backs of fools are made to be beating. Proverbs 19, verse 8 says, to acquire wisdom is to love yourself. People who cherish understanding will prosper. It is good to love yourself, yes, when your soul is at stake. This proverb does not affirm self-centered people who love and protect their own selfish interests above all else. Instead, it encourages people to treat themselves well by seeking wisdom, which is anything but self-serving. Proverbs chapter 19, verse 16. Keep the commandments and keep your life. Despising them leads to death. The commandments we are told to obey are those found in God, the Bible, such as the 10 Commandments, Exodus chapter 20, and other passages of instruction. To obey what God teaches in the Bible is life-giving. To disobey Him destroys life. I don't think we're not following the 10 Commandments. It says you're supposed to go. Love your neighbor. Love the God with all your thy heart. Love your neighbor as yourself by keeping the commandments. The 10 Commandments is supposed to show us our sin. Proverbs chapter 19, verse 17. If you help the poor, you are lending to the Lord, and He will repay you. Here God identifies with those who are poor, as Jesus does in Matthew chapter 25, verse 41-46. As our Creator, God values all of us, whether we are poor or rich. When we help people who are poor, we honor both the Creator and His creation. God accepts our help as if we are offering it directly to Him. Proverbs chapter 19, verse 23. Fear the Lord leads to life, bringing security and protection from harm. Those who trust and fear the Lord are protected from harm because of their healthy habits and life choices. And sometimes, though, God directs intervention. Nevertheless, the fear of the Lord does not always protect us from trouble in this life. Evil things still happen to people who love God. This verse is not a universal promise, but a general guideline. It describes what will happen if this world were sinless, and what will happen in the new earth when faithful believers will be under God's protection forever. Proverbs chapter 19, verse 25, there is a great difference between a person who learns from criticism and a person who refuses to accept correction. How we respond to criticism determines whether we grow in wisdom. The next time someone criticizes you, listen carefully to all that is said. You might learn some advice. You might learn something. So it says, have to see God's eyes. Proverbs knows two significant products of wise and living, success and good reputation. So the qualities that prevent success and cause a bad reputation: wickedness, seeking honors, hatred, especially when met of kindness, praising oneself, or concealing sin. Qualities that promote success and a good reputation: godliness, righteousness, hating what is false, committing all work to the Lord, and using words with restraint, and being evil tempered, acquiring wisdom and understanding, humility, and fear of the Lord. Willingness to confess and turn from sin. Proverbs 19.